As if I didn't already have enough Panasonic Palmcorders that looked pretty much identical, I got another one. This one is actually pretty much identical to the one that I am recording this video with right now. The only difference that I can tell superficially is that this one does not have a remote control, and that this one also does not have a color viewfinder. It is black and white. This particular unit is a Panasonic Palmcorder IQ PV-A106. The one I'm recording with is a 206. See, it says high-tech 4-head, 14 times variable speed zoom. Obviously it's missing the remote control. But the control layout's pretty much the same. All the other controls are pretty much exactly the same. Not really much difference. The eyepiece is different, but that's because it's obviously not a color viewfinder. And that is what I paid for it. Pretty princely sum, if you ask me. Really reasonable. There's not really much I can think of to say about this. You know, once you have one camera, you've got them all, really. At least in terms of these Palmcorder IQs. They pretty much all look the same. At least if they're of the same general series, so it looks pretty much identical to this PV-A206, although obviously it doesn't have the color viewfinder. And the A206 advertises that it's got a color viewfinder in at least, you know, it advertises it in several different places, so there's one thing. There was something else I was going to say, and I don't remember what it was about this unit. It looks really good, actually. It's in pretty decent condition for a Panasonic Palmcorder that was probably used heavily. Or maybe not. I don't really know. A lot of these things seem like they're not ever used. Like I've got a Sony Video 8 camcorder sitting over there. It doesn't work, but it's got so little wear on it that it must never have been used. I mean, compare and contrast that with another Sony camcorder that I got. This one, which is like a complete disaster. I mean, look at this. It's terrible. I mean, sure, it could be worse, but it's pretty bad. I don't really think I've got a hope of cleaning that up. I don't think that's... If I know these camcorders right, that is not... that's not grime, that's just the rubber degrading, turning into goo. So pretty soon this thing will have nothing left to it. Which is why I like these VHS-C cameras, because they don't have all that stupid rubber all over them that degrades like that, like the Sony cameras do. At least most of them, anyway. The one I showed you before, that one down there, doesn't actually have any rubber at all. Alright, let's go ahead and test this camera now, because I've blathered on for long enough. So I'm hoping that it's going to work. But I don't really know. All I know is that it ejects, and it doesn't make too many unhappy noises. So... we'll see. So let's get on with the actual point of the video. Okay, we are trying to record using the Panasonic Palmcorder IQ PV-A106. Seems to be working. Tape is moving. Claims to be recording. Hasn't beeped or complained to me yet. This is the one I was using before, the A206. This is what it looks like. Like I said, pretty much almost identical. I will be providing a link to a list of photos that I took of these cameras at every different possible angle, so you can see for yourself what all the differences are, at least from a visual inspection. I'll have to look at the manual and see if I can find any other differences, and I'll mention those in the video description. Here's the viewfinder that I was pointing out. It's a color LCD, I believe. I think it's an LCD anyways. Might be a CRT, but either way, it's in better shape than this one is, which is definitely a grayscale CRT. Doesn't seem to whine as much either, so which really speaks wonders to the potential fact that it could be an LCD. But it's mostly the same. There's the remote control that tucks in the side, which is a really nice feature. This one doesn't have that, but it doesn't have a remote control at all. Let's look at some other stuff. Of course, I'm assuming that this is actually working. There's your variable speed zoom. Not very many speeds. And I can't really think of much else that I can say on this video. The titler on these doesn't work when you're recording. You have to put the titler on before you start recording, which, in my opinion, defeats the purpose of a titler, but that's just me. Clock battery is dead, no doubt. Yep, clock battery is dead. So that'll have to get replaced if I plan on using this on a regular basis. Or if I, well, as long as I plan on using the date and time, I'll have to replace it. But I think until then, this is a pretty decent video. Once you've done one camcorder, you've done them all, really. I could fire that computer up over there, but I really don't want to bother, because I'm lazy. So I think we're going to cut the video off here. Thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then. And number line.